Hi friends, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're having a good start to 2020. I am in a cafe finishing up my Doodle Calendar for January, where I draw a little picture for every day of the month. And this day I was drinking tea, except I was a little stressed about work, so the tea turned into like bubbling tar of anxiety. But I didn't want to end on such a negative note, so I had the tea turn into like falling rain, which turned into like roots. That's literally my thought process as I was drawing this. And I just wanted to express the idea that what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and this too shall pass, so I just need to get through this rough patch. Anyway, I had previously filmed a quick flip through of my doodle calendars and my planners from 2019, so stick around for that to see the rest of my doodle calendars from last year. Hi there, I just wanted to check in and briefly introduce one of the things I started in 2019, which was a very creatively fulfilling habit for me, which are my doodle calendars. I started keeping like a planner, journal, personal journal, and creative journal again in earnest in 2019, and these are the three planners I used and filled up throughout the year. And I see now why people in the planner and journal community feel very like proud when they show off like how thick their planners are, because this is like physical proof of like the planning, thinking, creative brainstorming, and time and effort that went into my year. And it's a good record and reference for later on. So in 2019, I started the year with this journal. It was like a less expensive version of a dot grid journal, like a Moleskine. And I started with a bullet journal format, but quickly realized that didn't work for me. I needed more of a brain dumpy kind of place. So it sort of evolved into what became a creative journal. But one of the things I started in April, if I can find it, is I drew this calendar format, and then I made a doodle calendar where I would just doodle in a little picture every day, something to represent that day. And I like this because it's very shareable, because you can make it as abstract or as specific as you want. So it can be known only to you, or it can be pretty obvious what that day or picture signifies. Like this day was, I think, the day Son Heung-min scored a really awesome goal against Chelsea. He's a Tottenham football player. There's another Tottenham football day. This was like lunch with my aunt. I had Taco Bell this day, and I was upset about something. I think they messed up my order, maybe. But it can be something, very meaningful, or something just very mundane. But it's fun to memorialize that with pictures. This was like the Game of Thrones finale. This is the next to last episode when Jaime and Cersei are crushed to death. But some days are just like what I saw that day, like beautiful roses on a trellis. This is a symbolic one. I think this one I had a really creative idea. So it's like blossoming light bulbs. And then June. So April, May, June. Again, this day I saw celebrity, so that is his symbolic aura, his vibes, and lots of airplanes because I travel almost every month. This day, this is a whale dancing, and that in Korean, that phrase means when you receive a compliment, like even a compliment will make a whale dance. So I think I received a compliment that day. Little things like that to remember the highlights and sometimes the lowlights. So yeah, these journals turned into, like I said, sort of a creative dump, sometimes sketchbook, doodling space. So here's July, and you can see I experimented with different drawing style. I think I went with a lighter line work, and I purposely kept like the shading like very delicate just to experiment. This day it rained, and this day I saw a baby bird, and this day I made my stop motion animation with flying kites. I'm in India here. In August, I again tried something new. I limited each day to just 3 colors. So it gives a very different feel from this and the previous month too. And whereas July had very light line work, August had purposefully bold lines and a sort of a cartoony feel and very simple shapes, which I think is also interesting. And there's a lot more symbolic pictures because I was sticking with simple shapes. Like I was sick this day, sick this day. Some are more literal. I had sandwich that day. Delicious sandwich. Egg salad sandwich. One of my favorites. This one was a primary color palette and no line work, just using my color pencils. Some travel. I guess this was Finland and Germany, airplane. I had some kiwis this day. I did battle with mosquitoes. I remember these doodles are bringing back good memories. And then into the last planner. This is from the All Right shop, which I've done a video and blog post on. I love their aesthetic. This is the diary I'm also using in 2020 as well. It has the monthlies in the beginning, weeklies, and then back here I used as sort of a brain dump and journal. And let me find October. This was Inktober, so since I was drawing Inktober every day this month, I kept my doodle calendar pretty simple, and I think I did a bunch of these at once because I had fallen behind, but I just used black pen. November. This time I just chose a bunch of color pencils from my new Prismacolor set that I thought represented fall and autumn, and sort of did a looser style, more symbolic, more just abstract-y looking shapes, but some literal ones as well. And then the last month of December, when I went back to pen, but then limited myself to 4 colors that were very Christmassy. Yeah, just looking at these spreads make me happy because I remember this is my best friend eating noodles. She's much better looking than that. This is me eating lunch with my other bestie, whose nickname is Banana, and she's currently pregnant with baby Banana. Little things. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of introduce this one habit that I started in 2019 that I'm really happy I kept up with, and would recommend anyone who wanted to introduce sort of a creative habit that was easy to keep up with. I mean, anything can get overwhelming, but just doing a 1-inch doodle a day is doable, and you can always catch up if you fall behind. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.